If your brain turns into a loud meeting the moment your head hits the pillow, you're not broken. You're dealing with a very normal on switch that's stuck. The goal isn't to force sleep. The goal is to make wakefulness boring and safe, so sleep can show up on its own. That starts with one key move. Stop negotiating with your thoughts at night. Your mind will offer problems, plans, and replay clips. If you engage, you signal, "This is important, stay alert." Instead, treat thoughts like background noise. Notice them, label them, and return to something simple. A phrase like "thinking" is enough. Then bring attention back to your breath, or the feel of the pillow, or a slow count. You're not trying to win. You're practicing disengagement. And that skill, over a few nights, often reduces the intensity of the mental chatter. Tonight we'll build a step-by-step shutdown routine that makes your mind less interesting after dark. Moving to slide 2, let's name what's happening. When your mind won't shut off, it's usually one of 3 modes. Mode 1 is problem solving. Your brain thinks nighttime is a great time to fix your life. Mode 2 is threat scanning. You replay conversations, anticipate conflict, or worry about health and money. Mode 3 is stimulation. You're mentally scrolling through ideas, shows, or plans. Each mode has a different antidote, but the first step is recognizing the mode without judging it. Ask yourself, is this a problem, a threat, or stimulation? That question creates distance. It turns a thought into an object you can handle. If it's a problem, you need a parking lot for it. If it's a threat, you need safety signals. If it's stimulation, you need a downshift. The mistake is using one tool for all 3, like forcing relaxation when you actually need to capture a to-do. In the next scenes, you'll get a tool for each mode. Moving to slide 3. Now, a quick reset that works even when you're already in bed. It's called the physiological sigh. Studies show it can reduce arousal by changing your breathing pattern. You take one normal inhale through the nose. Then, without exhaling, you take a second shorter inhale to top off the lungs. Then you do a long, slow exhale through the mouth. That long exhale is the key. It nudges your nervous system toward a calmer state. Do 2 to 5 rounds. Keep it gentle. If you feel lightheaded, slow down and breathe normally. This is not a performance. It's a signal. After the sighs, switch to quiet nasal breathing with a slightly longer exhale than inhale. For example, inhale for 4, exhale for 6. Don't count aggressively. The counting is just an anchor to keep you from chasing thoughts. This won't knock you out instantly, but it often lowers the volume so the next steps work better. Moving to slide 4. If your mind is in problem-solving mode, you need a worry container outside your head. The simplest version is a 2-minute brain dump earlier in the evening. You write down every loose end, tasks, calls, ideas, anything. Then you add one tiny next action for the top 1 or 2 items. Not the whole plan, just the next physical step, like email Alex or open the document. This reduces the brain's need to keep rehearsing. If you're already in bed, don't turn it into a big writing session. Keep a small notepad nearby. Write a single line, the worry, and one next step. Then close it. The point is to tell your brain, stored safely, not lost. Over time, this builds trust. Your mind learns it doesn't have to keep you awake to be responsible. This tool is especially helpful for people who lie down and suddenly remember everything they forgot during the day. Moving to slide 5. If your mind is threat scanning, the problem isn't thoughts. It's safety. Your brain is acting like a night watch guard. So you want to send safety cues, not arguments. One powerful cue is warmth. A warm shower or bath about 1 to 2 hours before bed can help some people because the body cools afterward, and that cooling is linked with sleepiness. Another cue is predictability. A short, repeatable wind-down routine teaches your nervous system, nothing to solve now. Keep it boring, same order, same steps, low light. Also, watch the mental courtroom habit, replaying what you should have said. When you notice that loop, switch to a grounding statement like, "Right now, I'm safe enough to rest." It's not positive thinking. It's a present moment check. If you live with chronic stress, these cues matter because your body can be tired while your system stays on alert. Moving to slide 6. If your mind is in stimulation mode, you need to reduce input and increase cognitive softness. That means choosing activities that are mildly engaging but not exciting. Think light fiction, simple puzzles, or calm music at a low volume. Avoid anything that creates urgency, competition, or bright light. Light matters because it can push your circadian rhythm later by signaling daytime. If you use screens, consider dimming them heavily and using warmer color settings. But the bigger issue is content. Fast, emotional content teaches your brain to expect novelty at night. Another trick is to create a buffer zone between your day and sleep. Even 10 minutes helps. Put tomorrow in a box, pick clothes, set keys, write the first task, then stop. The goal is to prevent the late-night surge of planning. Stimulation mode often looks like productivity, but at midnight it's usually just adrenaline dressed up as ambition. Moving to slide 7. Here's a mental technique that sounds almost too simple. Give your brain something boring to do. Insomnia often thrives on interesting thinking, so we replace it with low-stakes repetition. Try cognitive shuffling. Pick a neutral word like stone. Then for each letter, list a few words that start with that letter. S, sun, sock, sand. T, tree, tape, tin. O, oval, onion, ocean. Keep it random and calm. If you get stuck, skip it. The point is not accuracy. The point is to occupy the mind with content that has no emotional charge and no storyline. Another option is counting breaths backward from 50, restarting at 50 whenever you notice you drifted. Restarting is success, not failure. You're training the return. These methods work best when you do them gently, like you're half interested. If you grip the technique too tightly, it becomes another problem to solve, and that wakes you up again. Moving to slide 8. Let's talk about the bed-brain connection. Your bed should equal sleep and calm, not frustration. If you regularly lie there awake for long stretches, your brain learns bed is a place to think.
A classic behavioral approach is simple.
If you can't fall asleep after what feels like about 20 to 30 minutes, get out of bed. Go to a dim, quiet spot.
Do something calm and boring, then return to bed when you feel sleepy again.
No clock watching. The exact minutes don't matter. You're protecting the association. This can feel annoying, but it's powerful over time. If mobility is an issue, you can do a reset in place. Sit up, change position, or switch to a different blanket for a few minutes. Then lie back down. The principle is the same. Break the loop of trying hard. Moving to slide 9. Temperature is an underrated lever. Most people fall asleep easier in a slightly cool room. Your body naturally drops core temperature as part of the sleep process. So if your environment is too warm, your brain may stay on. A practical target many sleep researchers mention is roughly 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 16 to 19 Celsius. But comfort matters more than a perfect number. Instead of obsessing over the thermostat, use simple tools, lighter bedding, breathable fabrics, or a fan for air movement. If your feet are cold, that can also keep you awake. In that case, warm socks can help, because warm extremities can support heat loss from the core. Also, reduce heat sources close to bedtime, like intense workouts too late for you, or very hot rooms. Think of it as setting the stage. When the body feels nighttime cool, the mind often follows. Moving to slide 10. Caffeine is a common reason a mind won't shut off, even when you feel tired. The tricky part is timing. Caffeine can linger for hours, and sensitivity varies a lot. If you're a slow metabolizer, an afternoon coffee can still be active at bedtime. Instead of guessing, run a clean experiment for 1 week. Pick a caffeine cutoff time, like 8 hours before bed, and keep everything else similar. If sleep improves, you've found a lever. If not, adjust the cutoff earlier. Also watch hidden sources like strong tea, energy drinks, and some sodas. Another factor is nicotine, which is stimulating for many people, and heavy late meals, which can keep the body busy. You don't need perfection, you want patterns. The goal is to reduce the number of nights where your nervous system is chemically revved. If you love a warm bedtime drink, choose something non-caffeinated. Moving to slide 11. Light is the strongest cue for your body clock. Bright light in the evening can delay melatonin release, and that can make your mind feel wired but tired. The fix is not complicated, but it is consistent. In the last hour before bed, lower the lights. Use warm, dim lamps instead of bright overhead lighting. If you need to be up at night, keep light low and focused, not flooding the room. In the morning, do the opposite. Get bright light into your eyes early, ideally natural daylight. That strengthens your circadian rhythm, which often makes the brain quieter at night. Also, consider the timing of intense mental work. If you do high-stakes work right before bed, your brain stays in performance mode. Try a landing ritual instead. Tidy one small area, prep for tomorrow, then switch to something calm. You're teaching your system a daily pattern. Day is for doing, night is for letting go. Moving to slide 12. Let's build a reliable 15-minute shutdown routine for a noisy mind. Minute 1 to 3. A quick brain dump, just the loose ends. Then one next action for the top item. Minute 4 to 6. Gentle stretching or a warm wash-up. Nothing intense. Minute 7 to 9. 2 to 5 physiological sighs. Then slow nasal breathing with a longer exhale. Minute 10 to 12. Pick your boring focus, either cognitive shuffling or a breath count. Minute 13 to 15. A short phrase that closes the day, like done for now. The power here is repetition. Your brain learns the sequence and starts to predict sleep. Keep the routine small enough that you'll actually do it on low-energy nights. If you miss a step, don't restart the whole thing. Just continue. Consistency beats perfection. And if you share a bed, you can do most of this quietly without disrupting anyone. The routine is not magic. Moving to slide 13. Some nights, even with good habits, sleep doesn't come fast. That's when mindset matters. The more you chase sleep, the more awake you get. So shift the goal. Your new goal is resting calmly. Tell yourself, if I'm not sleeping, I'm still resting my body. That reduces performance pressure. Another helpful reframe is to expect thoughts. When you expect them, they feel less like an emergency. You can even plan for them. If I start spiraling, I'll label it and return to my anchor. If you wake up at 3 a.m., use the same rules. Keep lights low. Avoid checking the time. Do a few physiological sighs, then a boring focus method. If you need to get up, do it calmly and return when sleepy. Over weeks, this approach often reduces the fear of being awake, and that fear is a major fuel for racing thoughts. You're building confidence, not forcing unconsciousness. Moving to slide 14. Let's finish with a simple plan you can remember when you're tired. Step 1. Name the mode. Problem, threat, or stimulation. Step 2. Do a quick body reset with 2 to 5 physiological sighs.
Step 3. Choose the matching tool.
For problems, park it on paper with one next action. For threat, add safety cues like warmth, routine, and a grounding phrase. For stimulation, reduce input and do something cognitively soft.
Step 4. If you're stuck awake for a long stretch, protect the bed association by getting up briefly in dim light, then return when sleepy. Keep the goal small.
Calm rest, not perfect sleep. If you want, write these 4 steps on a card and keep it near your bed so you don't have to remember it at night. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical, science-informed sleep strategies. And comment either A or B. What keeps you up more? A. Planning and to-dos, or B. Replaying and worrying. This information is not a substitute for medical advice. Every habit sends a biological signal.